Good morning, guys. So it is February outside, and I can definitely feel it based on my current mood. So this week I decided to make this video, what to do if you woke up and you feel like crap. What do I do to kind of lift myself up? And I think it's a perfect video for today because that's exactly how I woke up today. I woke up 1 hour after my intended alarm. I scrolled in my bed for about 30-40 minutes. So yeah, we can definitely say today is not a good day. So in this video I want to show you 5 things. What can I do to kind of change this day, to make it wonderful, amazing, enjoyable, the best day ever. And here's a little disclaimer. I don't do it every single day when I feel like crap. Sometimes I just allow myself to feel like crap, you know? To have all the crappiness all over me. Because this is life. You can't be always perfect. You can't be always happy. You can't be always enjoying your life. Sometimes I just give up. But today is not the day. Today I will really try to lift up my mood. And we will start with something which is the most useful, but also the hardest things to do that absolutely every single person knows. But it's so damn hard to do that. I'm talking about to go outside. I have my favorite co-star here. Just chilling. Going outside is actually not an easy thing to do, especially if you're having a crappy day. Like, you don't have energy to do the basic stuff and actually go out, dress up and, you know, do some form of cardio, even if it's just a walking. It's even harder. So I would say it's still a really good advice to go outside. But if you don't feel 100%, you can try, you know, sit on a balcony for 10 minutes. Or trick yourself into this wonderful idea to walk to the supermarket and buy your favorite treat. And simultaneously, you're gonna, you know, be outside and do some walking. My trick, how I force myself outside today, is actually a YouTube video. I'm not gonna lie, it helps a lot. Like, it helps a lot when you know that, oh, I'm gonna film, so it's nice, it's cool, amazing. I get more inspired and yeah. But another reason is the weather. It's actually very warm today. Like, I'm right now feeling really good. I think it's around 6 degrees, but it feels warmer. Let's stop this wonderful chit chat and actually go for the walk I planned. So I have exactly 1 hour of free time right now, and I'm gonna go for the walk, and I will take you guys with me, so we might have a conversation on the way. My niece, my wonderful niece. So I'm actually super lucky to be in a place like this, which is literally like 5 minutes away, and to be immersed already in nature. Every single time I have absolutely the same thought. I feel crappy. I tell myself if I go for the walk it will work. And it's really hard, you know, to force yourself. You get dressed, you know, like doubt, like, should I go? Maybe I should stay in bed or on the couch, because that's what your body wants really badly. And then I go outside and I'm like, oh wow, that's like the best medicine ever. Like, they cure me in a second. But why it's so freaking hard to go for the walk? Okay, some unpopular opinion. Or maybe it's popular, I'm not sure. Happy people is people that have a really strong willpower. Because happy things usually require some sort of, you know, I'm gonna stand up and do it. I'm gonna stand up and go for the walk. I'm gonna stand up and start a new hobby. I'm gonna stand up and meet new people. And at some point it gets into the routine, but you still have some moments when you feel that the willpower is really what made this day good for me. because I just, went outside. I could continue scrolling the whole day, feel even crappy about myself, but I chose another part. By the way, about scrolling, I have a bit of a experimental month where I'm seriously thinking to delete my social media accounts and kind of stop scrolling and like remove scrolling completely from my life. So I think probably by the end of February I will make a video about that. But yeah, so far I'm on that experiment. So yeah, number one, to feel better, go outside. You don't even need to walk or complete a crazy hard hike or anything. Just go outside. Even if it's your balcony and you sit there and have a cup of tea, doesn't matter. Just have this fresh air in your system. And if you're lucky enough to live near the park, go to the park, sit on the bench. If you're super lucky like I am and you can go to something, like a forest, go. You will feel so good. By the way, I'm wearing the rubber boots because this part is actually very wet, and here we have a little river. It's so much easier to cross it without worrying that you will get wet. It's nice to have someone who will carry the camera with you and so you don't need to kind of come back every single time. Well, that someone is me. I need to say it's so much easier right now to walk without the snow/ice situation that we had for the past probably 3 weeks. And yeah, but right now I feel like I'm again at the fall, as if we took the step back from the winter back to the fall instead of going to spring. But it's all temporary, so I'm sure all this will start to be green again very soon. So yeah, there's always a good change. This part is actually pretty muddy for the regular shoes, so yeah, it's better to wear the rubber boots. I feel like that's why it's really important to make yourself just go outside, because if you're gonna think about like a bigger thing, like I'm gonna do uphill walk, you will never leave your house because it's too hard for your brain on a crappy day to do. But if you just say, I'm just gonna go for 10 minutes outside, and then you're already outside and you think, you know what, I'm gonna walk a bit more, and then you walk more, and then you ended up going uphill, and you feel fine with that. Trick your brain into being happy. But the best treat of this actually very short uphill, it's actually the view that I'm gonna show you guys. Look at this for the second. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. I know for sure that I feel amazing and my day just gonna be really good. Well, I see you guys at home. Hi guys, so I'm home and unexpectedly it's sunny outside. Let's imagine that the sun came up and you still feel like crap, which is very much possible. What else can you do? Imagine you went on a walk or you went on a balcony, you like inhale the fresh air and it helped, it helped a bit, but what else on the menu? What else can you do? So how about to have your favorite drink? I think it's very important for those days when you don't feel good to know what are your mood lifters. Like what can you have drink-wise, food-wise, content-wise that makes you feel good. My drink of choice for today probably gonna be a black tea with unspeakable amount of honey. Yeah. While I'm having my favorite drink, and by the way, my favorite cup, let's see what else can we do to lift our mood. I think it's very important during, let's say, a crappy day to take some time and enjoy your favorite content. I'm not gonna say read your favorite book, because sometimes it could be very hard, especially when you're a bit tired and feeling a bit lazy. So instead, I would advise you to watch your favorite YouTuber, or maybe to watch your favorite episode of your favorite show. Something short that immediately makes you happier, or maybe more inspired. I can't believe it's sunny. Oh my gosh, I need to say that the February was actually very hard. It was constant fog and tons of clouds. So to see, sun in my eyes, oh, I'm just gonna be here for a second and just kind of enjoy. Sometimes it's so incredible to realize that we actually don't need much. Like the weather is good, I have sun on my face, I have my favorite drink that I hold in my favorite cup, which is, like a very nice feeling when you touch it. And to be honest, I think that's everything I needed today. So let's just sum up a bit. So what we already done today. We went outside, maybe balcony, maybe for a walk, anything you want or can do today. Then we had our favorite drink of choice. Then we spent some time to watch our favorite, YouTuber, TV show, 20 minutes of something. Or maybe, just play your favorite playlist. Something that is like, ooh, I love it. And we have 2 more things to discuss. So those things I want to share with you guys as something that can help you overall to feel better on a harder month of the year. For example, February. Yeah, February is definitely one of the hardest months to survive. So first one, be one step ahead. February gonna be hard. So do those 2 things. First, set yourself a very interesting goal you're excited to do for February. For me, it's actually running. So I've been running a long time ago, and I started to feel knee pain, which made all my runs feel like crap, because I wasn't sure if I'm actually doing good to my body or I'm damaging my body, and I haven't enjoyed at all any of those last runs. And then I kind of hit the pause for 2 years on my running. And recently I decided to see what's going on. I did the MRI and found out that everything is great with my knees. They're all good and healthy, which means that I probably have the muscle disbalance, or I have a certain weak muscles around the knee that can cause this pain. So starting from probably November, I was doing a lot of knee strengthening exercise at the gym, and I was doing just a bit of running. My main goal was to never run with a pain. As soon as I feel pain, I stop. So since that period, I probably did 5 or 6 super short runs, like 1-2 kilometer, no more. I think only once I did 5 kilometers, which in my opinion was a bit too much for my knee at that point to handle. And since the weather started to be better, I really want to come back to this. And the thought of this goal and like the time to, prepare make me forget that it's actually a very, you know, like hard month to survive. I'm actually planning, I will see, maybe. I haven't expected such a good weather, so I might go for the run outside, which is actually going to be my first outside run since 2024. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think so. So before I was running just at the gym on a treadmill, since you can really control all the, you know, environment around you, and I can easily stop. And well, to be fair, it was very slippery, snowy and cold outside. So I might do this run. If you know that February could be a very hard month, choose something that you would like to do during this month. It doesn't need to be something hard, like you don't need to run a marathon or anything. It could be a marathon of your favorite movies. It could be, let me reread my favorite Harry Potter book. It could be anything that makes you feel happy. My last advice, which is also more like think one step ahead. Think about something new you wanna learn or discover. So in my case, that was an interesting instrument that I recently bought. Let me guys show that in a second. So a bit of introduction. I'm fascinated by music. I love listening to music and I would love to perform music myself. I never learned how to play any musical instrument, and I really wanted to be able to produce music in a certain way. So when I was young, I did have a dream to be able to play piano. But piano is very, you know, not an easy hobby to start. First of all, it's very hard to be able to practice piano on your own, since the pianos are very, very expensive. Then it's really complicated, and you probably need to look for the tutor in order to do that. And I was looking for the past 1 month for the alternative I can do. And I just recently got this, guys. If you don't know what it is, it's called ocarina. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So it's a wind instrument, as you can see, which is actually very small. It's not super expensive. It is hard to learn, I'm not gonna lie. I tried a couple of lessons and yeah, it's definitely not easy, but it's amazing. Like, I'm loving the whole process, and it was probably the easiest instrument you can just, you know, simply order, buy and try, and it's not expensive at all. I absolutely love the sound it makes. I think this is, in my opinion, probably the closest to nature inspired instruments, because it's really the wind, which, by the way, in February we had plenty. So it was a very interesting experience for me to, you know, start learning to do something. Like, the placement of the hands and everything is actually super hard, but yeah, I'm loving this. So one day you will hear me, guys, you know, playing something for you. But I just need a bit more time, significantly more time, to learn this wonderful skill. So I hope, guys, this video was useful for you. Maybe it motivated you to go outside. Maybe it motivated you to feel, you know, better about yourself today. We still have at least 2 more weeks of February. So I hope you will really enjoy this month, and you will not even notice that actually this is probably one of the hardest months a year. Thank you, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.